Welcome to our Codegeist Unleashed submission, Rock Your Sprint Review for Jira. As developers, we like to work on code and solve problems. What we don't like to do is organize our work into a coherent presentation for other stakeholders of the project. And yet we need to do it every other week in a sprint review. After all, how else can we share the awesome features we develop each sprint? This is why we've created Rock Your Sprint Review, an app for Jira that automatically generates a slide deck for you based on the issues you've completed in a sprint. We use AI to decide how to group the issues onto slides and condense all the information from the issue summary, description, subtasks, comments, and estimation into easily digestible bullet points. To add an extra touch of flair, we also prompt DALL-E to generate images for each slide based on their content, though you may want to substitute some of these masterpieces with actual screenshots of your work if you don't want to risk a live demo during the sprint review. Starting from a full presentation, you'll also find it much easier to add those final touches to truly make it shine. Let's see it in action. Here we have a project based on developing a web app for an undisclosed bank in what might be a typical state towards the end of a sprint when the external stakeholders want an update on what was completed in the sprint. Our app is accessible from the project page by clicking on the Rock Your Sprint Review entry. This page will show all the sprints for all the boards associated with the current project. Once a sprint is selected, we can go ahead and query all issues in its scope. When loaded in, all completed issues come automatically pre-selected, and you can add any of the in-progress issues one by one if you also want them to be part of the presentation. You can also deselect any issues that you don't want to be part of the presentation, such as technical stories if presenting to a non-technical audience. Unfortunately for us, the bank's representative is only mildly interested in back-end CV fixes, so we'll keep this one out of the presentation. If you need a reminder of the details of an issue, they can be easily accessed by just clicking on the name. That's it. Now we are ready to sit back, relax, and let AI generate the slides for us. This process typically takes a few minutes, as ChatGPT generates the text for the various elements. This may seem like a long time, but Kaboom is here to keep you company while you wait, and you'll find your slides ready before you know it. And there we go. Let's see what Kaboom has cooked up for us this time. Here is the presentation. It starts off with general information about the sprint, like the focus, tickets, and story points completed. Then we move on to detailed slides about the issues that were covered in the sprint, complete with DALL-E's take on the topic covered. The presentation concludes with a note on the resolution of long-standing issues, as well as topics that have been unblocked thanks to this sprint's efforts. You may have noticed the slide backgrounds, which come from a selection of AI-generated backgrounds we've curated for you. Overall, Rock Your Sprint Review enables more efficient and seamless developer workflows by automating one of the more difficult aspects of the developer experience, namely generating creative content to summarize and present your work to project stakeholders. Developers are rarely hired for their creative skills, nor is it something they relish working on, and this app bridges that gap by letting AI automate the summarization and slide writing process. Spend more time working on tasks to present at the sprint review, not the task of the sprint review. Let AI rock your review for you.